Hello, my name is Carol Diane Lafayette. I'm a member of Good Shepherd's Lutheran Church. I was a shy, quiet, and naive young woman at 23 years of age. I was divorced, and I had a wonderful 5-year-old son. We were considered a single-parent family when single parenting was a minority. I was raised in a Christian family, but in my 20s, I lost my way. I put God on the shelf and wouldn't let him love me for 7 years. I was pregnant for 4 months before I told anybody about the pregnancy. During that 4 months, I was trying to make a decision, trying to make options up so that I might share them with the Father. He was my boss, and when I came to work, I got a shock of my life. He decided to collaborate with one of his cousins who was in the same situation when he was 18 years of age. He didn't collaborate with me, the mother. He collaborated with his cousin. They decided that we were going to fly to Washington, D.C. to have an abortion, have the experience, come back and bring me home safely. So the father and I flew to Washington, D.C., upon which we were met by vans. The vans were filling up with young women from all over the country that were going to the same clinic. I was grouped in a group of 4 with a 28-year-old woman, a 13-year-old girl, a 16-year-old young woman, and myself. I ran with my house robe on out to the streets, put my hands up to the heavens and said, "Please, God, forgive me for what I am about to do. Please help me. Tell me what to do. I have to find the Father. I can't do this. This is wrong. I am killing a child," as I walked out into the streets. And the security guards, they guided me back into the building. And when I came back in the building, the Father was standing there. He nudged me along, more like a push, pushed me to the holding room. I walked into the room, took my robe off, and present were a nurse and one doctor, one table, and one big white box. And the sound of the suction was that of a commercial vacuum cleaner. But what happened next, I was never prepared for. The doctor turned to the nurse and said, as she was writing notes, "This woman had twins." When I came into the changing room, I just was very limp and I couldn't dress myself. When the Father came in, I told him that we had killed 2 children, not 1. But he did not want to hear anything but us being able to get into that van to the airport. Well, I had a lot of anxiety, but I also by day was a mother, and I had to raise a child. Physically, I ended up having a poor self-image, and my self-confidence and my self-esteem went very low, because I didn't think that I was good enough for people. Spiritually, I felt as though I was confused about my relationship with God and Jesus. And emotionally, it led to sadness. The sadness that I felt was internal. People do get hurt. There are consequences, and people don't know how to heal. So I guess you could say that this was no accident. Jesus brought me to Good Shepherd's Lutheran Church and sent me to the center, which I think that my work will continue on with them. Well, the center helped me by bringing me back to the Word of God. And it also gave me an opportunity at the end of this Bible study to give the names to my babies. Let me introduce you to my two children, Sweet Love 1 and 2, October 1971. As supporters, I encourage you to continue your financial support to Wells Lutheran for Life. Let us give the support that we need to the men and women that will visit us. And that means by encouraging them to love God, to love oneself, to reach out for that forgiveness and for that acceptance that is very much needed.